The Supreme Court has just extended its block on President Trump, saying for now, the Trump administration cannot use the Alien Enemies Act, that obscure 1798 law, to quickly deport Venezuelan migrants. Obviously, the decision immediately caught the attention of an angry President Trump, who posted to his social media account in all caps, "The Supreme Court won't allow us to get criminals out of our country!" Exclamation point. He then followed up with a longer post all about it. Now, that is not exactly what the court said. This was a 7-2 ruling with Justices Thomas and Alito dissenting. But that means the three liberals were joined by conservatives, Justice Gorsuch, Kavanaugh, Barrett, and the Chief Justice. The majority said the Trump administration did not give those migrants enough notice to challenge their deportations in court, saying that it did not pass muster, and saying the Trump administration did not give those migrants the due process that they are entitled to under the Constitution. The justices in this order today were clear. They're not saying that these migrants absolutely have the right to stay in this country. What their order says is the Trump administration's effort to deport these people quickly was not done properly. The majority wrote, "These migrants are entitled to constitutionally adequate notice prior to any removal in order to pursue appropriate relief. The government is enjoined from removing the named plaintiffs or punitive class members in this action under the AEA, the Alien Enemies Act, pending order by the Fifth Circuit." So the justices ordered the lower courts, the Fifth Circuit, to go back and resolve the challenges of these migrants, including their claims that they are not eligible to be deported under the Alien Enemies Act and that their due process rights are being violated. The justices were also clear in this order that the Trump administration can still use other immigration laws to try and remove these people, just not the Alien Enemies Act. Now, in their dissent, Justices Alito and Thomas said the Supreme Court lacks the jurisdiction over this matter, and even if they did have jurisdiction, they argued that the migrants have not satisfied the requirements for the Supreme Court to give them any relief. Obviously, the majority of the court disagreed with them. So now what? Well, these cases are going to continue to be litigated in the Fifth Circuit and, of course, in other courts around the country. And ultimately, we're setting up for a showdown again in the Supreme Court, because the justices will have to determine in the end whether President Trump and his administration have the right to use this obscure law in the way they're doing it against this specific group of migrants. So if you want to read this order for yourself, I'm going to email it out to you in my Facts HQ email tonight, so make sure you sign yourself up.